Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Lecturer Z School, Jhansi. Today we are continuing with our chapter 7th of class 11th economics, and the topic which we are continuing is law of variable proportion. In my previous lecture, I have already given some hint and some points of variable proportion. Today, as you are seeing in this diagram, I have shown three stages. And what is the relationship between TP, MP, AP and MP? So, as now we are going to discuss, so long as MP is increasing, TP is increasing at an increasing rate. In this table you are seeing that when TP in first phase is increasing at an increasing rate, so MP is also increasing and MP gets maximum at the end of first stage. Second, when MP start diminishing, TP increases only at a diminishing rate. It starts happen when in the second stage, when the increasing rate of TP gets some rest down or slow down. And in the last of this stage, MP becomes 0 because in the last stage, TP is maximum. So we can say that when TP is maximum, MP is 0. When MP is negative, this reveals that TP starts declining. It happens after the end of second stage. After second stage, MP starts diminishing and TP and MP becomes negative. Now, what is the relationship between AP and MP? AP increases so long as MP is greater than AP. It happens till the point in second stage that we are saying that both intersect each other. In the mid of second stage, AP and MP are equal. AP decreases when MP is less than AP because it is the point before second stage, because the movement of AP and MP are the same. When AP increases, MP increases faster than AP, and when AP decreases, MP decreases faster than AP. AP is maximum when AP is equals to MP. As you are seeing in this diagram, in the second stage, AP and MP intersect each other. This means AP and MP are equal. MP curve cuts AP curve from its top. Means MP curve cuts AP curve from its top. And last, MP may be 0 or negative, but AP continues to be positive. This means MP may be 0 or negative, but AP continues to be positive. Thus we can say that increasing MP implies that total product is increasing at increasing rate. Diminishing marginal product implies that total product is increasing at diminishing rate, and zero marginal product implies that TP stop increasing. Negative marginal product implies reduction in TP. So students, in this stage 1 we can say MP is increasing, that's why it is known as stage of increasing returns. Stage 2 we can say that MP is diminishing, that's why it is called a stage of diminishing return. And stage 3 MP is negative, then we called it as stage of negative returns. So what are the significance of stages of production? Because in stage 1 employment of every additional unit of labor gives more and more MP, or we can say output. But in stage 3 the concept is reversed. Additional unit of variable factor is causing loss to the total product. In fact, it is foolish to get in a situation when total output starts decline even when the cost of production is rising on account of additional employment of the variable factor. This brings us to conclusion that producer will stop only in stage 2. Technically, it means that producer will find his equilibrium point where he maximizes his profit. Only in second stage of production, when MP is declining but it still remains positive. So students, that's all for today for law of variable proportion. Thank you and have a nice day.